Baltimore has been on the mind of law enforcement officers here in the capital region.
Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple told us today he doesn't feel what's happening in Baltimore would happen here. Tori Wells joins us live, and Tori, he says that in part that's because of the sense of community here and an effort underway to build on that, right?
That's right. This all started a few months back. A local pastor called the sheriff and said he wanted to create a team. That team or coalition would bring pastors, neighbors, law enforcement, and educators together to build relationships. The goal here is that if something like what we're seeing in Baltimore were to happen here, the relationships built could help quell anger and violence.
Fires in the street, looting, anger. Images Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple has been watching.
It's really an unfortunate situation, but I think here in Albany, I don't think the communities would allow that. I really don't.
In Baltimore, we have seen some of that. Citizens trying to stop the violence, trying to focus on community.
We're your neighbors, we're your relatives, we're your friends. We're here for you. We're not here against you. And that's what we've been working on hard in this agency.
And in turn, the sheriff says community leaders, pastors, and neighbors have been doing the same. Pastor David Traynham is one. Sheriff Apple says the pastor gave him a call after a taser incident involving his department. The pastor wanted to organize a team.
I called it just a community initiative where we brought together some people from the community.
Law enforcement, clergy, and educational leaders. Traynham says the goal is for these community leaders to get to know one another and for that sense of understanding to ripple through the city.
Because when we can do things from a relational perspective, it empowers us as a community. We develop relationships long before something actually happens.
Pastor Traynham says this community coalition is in its infancy, but he hopes and plans to grow it. He says Albany isn't free of challenges, but he says the roots here are strong.
We're all in this city together, and what's good for you should be good for me, and that's where the equality comes in.
And just yesterday, we spoke with the police chief in Albany about 2 recent taser incidents there. The pastor didn't want to talk about specific cases, but he said there are situations right now where people in Albany are looking for answers, are looking to see the justice system play out. And he says these growing relationships can really help in that process. Live in Albany, Tori Wells, CBS 6 News.